Namaste, dear friends. After the last video with Putin, I received a lot of messages and a lot of questions. I'll try to answer to at least few of them. Seems like the world and people are polarizing themselves into extreme beliefs, and I really invite everyone into this kind of space in which at least we try to see which and what is the middle way, to find a middle line. So I find it useful in order to kind of to detach a little bit from the situation, to go and look at something which we are not having any emotional involvement at the moment. For example, let's look at all this, what's happening right now in Ukraine, through the lens of someone which really been through the Second World War, and to see the parallels and to see if not in a way the history repeats itself. 6-7 years ago, I was in one summer in Romania countryside, and I remember for some reason I got fascinated by I don't know, but just how this can be possible. And I really wanted to understand what happened in the Hitler's mind, that one single person could drag the whole Europe into such a devastating war. 70 million people died, and I felt like it could not have been just one person. It must have been something in a collective consciousness, and I wanted to understand what happened. And to be honest, these days I feel like in a very twisted way the history repeats itself. Because when I look at how Hitler went to power, and when I look at how Putin went to power, it feels like same modus operandi. What exactly I mean? Hitler, most historians agree. I mean, there is an agreement that the fire in the parliament was put by Hitler party, the Nazi party, and also most historians agree that the building in Chechnya that was bombed, like there was an explosion there, so there was a reason for Russia to go and attack, was planned by KGB agent at that time, Putin. So these people raised to power through this kind of means. Like, they always kind of justify their action. You know, like Hitler had a very strong, compelling reason to go and take the power. You know, like annihilate all the other parties, because they were the fault that this building went on fire, and take over the power. But this was not only this was just the rise to power. It was not the thing that caused what came after. And I feel like it was very important thing after Hitler raised to power, how he took the whole country with him. In my opinion, that's called brainwashing. So basically he took isolated events, like, look, this Jew person here killed this German person and stole the money, and that's why Jew people are so bad and we have to kill them all. They have no soul, they are just animals, and it's okay to kill them. He objectified them in this way. So there is always a need for justification, and I feel like it's really twisted. In the case of Putin, the justification came only 3 weeks after the attack. And many people in my list, and some of them they actually wait for my response right now, they seem not to notice this. That usually the invader, the aggressor, if he is really not wise, because there is nothing wise in there, if he is really careful, he justifies the aggression beforehand. Like, I need to go and take that. But in this case, this reason that, by the way, after 3 weeks we invade Ukraine because they have some biolabs and they manufacture chemical weapons and stuff like this, sounds a little bit iffy for me, at least. It sounds like, okay, the 48 hours operation to take the country failed, so now we need a better reason. At least Bush in Iraq and any other aggressors, they bother to actually give the reason and prepare, like brainwash people beforehand. But now comes after. This for me, it sounds very, very fishy, because it's very similar with what many aggressors they do when they abuse a victim. They basically need a strong reason. Not, you might think for the outer world, but actually they need for themselves. Like for the psyche to sit and to be in balance, they just need a reason that they tell to themselves. And I feel this actually is the reason why in the Facebook and in all the media, the people that they go into these conspiracy theories, they are the most aggressive. Like you see, like even 10 posts in a day from these people. A normal person would post 1 post per day, maybe, if they do it, maybe 2 posts per day. But these people, they constantly bombarding. Why? Because they need to reinforce the belief. Because deep down they know that it is not true. It is not true. The Ukrainians, they didn't took the tanks and, okay, let's go to Moscow. It is the other way around, obviously. It would be really interesting to go into more deeper psychology, why these people, they take such position. That's why I recommend to all these people that they don't believe that actually Putin is the aggressor. Go back, read, take. There are a lot of books, there are a lot of documentaries about the Second World War. Just go there, because in there is no emotional involvement. Right now we are too much involved, I feel. So in there are facts, like okay, it is already 8 years since it happened, so right now we can look more objectively at it. I remember in one of these documentaries there was an old lady, and the interviewer asked her, how could you believe him? Like, with this rhetoric that all the Jews must be eliminated and put it into gas chambers because, they spoil our blood, and we clean the world and we'll make a better race and we'll be all happy and all that stuff. And she said something like, she said that there was a state, there was energy in the crowd when Hitler was speaking, and he made them feel like they will recapture again what they lost in the First World War, their pride, the great Germany dream, like, I will give you back. Like, in order to sell these ideas, you need to kind of give them something in return. And he did that with the whole German people. So German people, they were not forced to fight, actually. They really believed in those ideas, even though when you look back now, it feels like completely insane. How could they go into there? And she said something like, we are almost like in a trance state, like in a trance, like they were like fully immersed into that energy, and that's why they could do what they did, just killing so many thousands, millions of people, putting them in the gas chambers, putting them in the common pits. Like, they were not even proper burials. I'm not saying the history will repeat itself again, but there are some at least some common elements. And I feel, nevertheless, doesn't matter what is going to happen, I feel like it's really wise to look in the past and learn the lesson and understand what exactly happened there. I feel it's really important. Picking up some video with some old babushka that she says, you know what, Ukrainians are actually shooting in us, and actually Russians such good guys. Ukrainians are somehow, I don't know how she said, like provocators or something like this. For me, this triggers some memories from 2020 in August in Minsk, in which the guys, which they were demonstrating with flowers in the street, they were the provocators, and that's why among the police, the special police, were coming to beat them, because there is very good reason. They are the provocators. They are burning things and doing this and doing that. And I was there. This is not video. This is not news that I heard from someone. I was there. There was no provocation. These guys were really, really, I might say, almost naive, thinking that they can overthrow a psychopath with flowers. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much.